Hey everybody, the new moon in Gemini is here Monday, May 26th, 11:02 p.m. This is a good one. You're going to want to hear how you can use this energy to manifest some new dreams for yourself. We're going to dive in with the tarot, talk a little astrology, so won't you join me? Let's go. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. Before we get into a little bit of astrology and your tarot reading, which is time-stamped, those timestamps are in the description of the video and in the first pinned comment. I just want to extend a very heartfelt thank you to everybody who was leaving get well wishes on the comments on the YouTube channel and Facebook and sending me emails, all the things. I did have a serious dental procedure. I am on the other side of that now. Swelling is mostly gone. And my energy is back. So I am so back. I'm so back. I'm so glad to be back. That's what I was going to say. I'm so glad to be back. And I am so back. And it's a great time to come back at a new moon, especially this beautiful new moon in Gemini. We have Gemini's ruling planet Mercury conjunct this new moon. We have Pluto in Aquarius in a very supportive flowing trine. We also have Mars in Leo playing nice with Venus. Venus in Aries, that is. So this is a very good time for you to set your mind, Mercury, and write down, especially, or vision board. I think it needs to be something you do with your hands. That's very Gemini. So writing or pasting photos or designing something on the internet of some sort of vision for your future. That's the Aquarian influence with Pluto in Aquarius trining, which is a supportive flow of energy to the Mercury and the new moon. Mars, Leo, all about our desires right now and getting our action and energy, our mojo flowing. It is trining Venus in Aries, which is, of course, about risk-taking, going after for the things that you love with bravery. And we have, of course, Saturn, which is newly moved in Aries, but that's for another video. I've been posting a few things on the community page on the channel if you want to read a little bit more about Saturn in Aries, but stay tuned for that. I will be doing some stuff on that coming up. All right. So this is a great new moon. We will pull some tarot cards of perhaps some fresh ideas for your future, how you can use the energies to set new intentions and put action. Mars and Leo, creative action, heart-inspired. Leo rules the heart, heart-inspired actions behind these new intentions and get them rolling in your life and manifesting them for your beautiful future. All right, so let's get into it. Timestamps in the description of the video. And I should also add, watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. Combine the two messages of what resonates for you, and that's about as close to a personal reading as we can get here on YouTube. If you feel you need personal guidance, I have opened up my calendar again for private readings. The link to that is in the description of the video. All right, Aries, let's see what you need to know here. New moon in your third house of the mind. So mindset refresh, coming up with fresh, innovative ideas of how you can go after your dreams. That's your Pluto in your 11th house, trining this new moon. It's time for not for the same old, but for innovation and coming up with new plans and new strategies. 6 of Coins and the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. This is very interesting. All right, so we're just going to kind of read all the energies holistically, but kind of what I'm feeling here is for you to get more in tune with your intuition in some way and paying a little more attention to the signs and signals from the universe when there's an opening. 6 of Coins. when the universe is trying to bring something in and being very emotionally attuned to that. It could be the smallest glimmer, the smallest gesture, the smallest flicker of energy that is actually going to be a portal for you to move through energetically and emotionally to make something new happen for yourself. So while, of course, Gemini is very much about the mind, it's very cerebral energy. The cards that are coming up for you are about your emotions. So it could be changing your mind about accepting more intuitive cues of how to move forward rather than brainstorming a plan and trying to force and make something happen. Okay, so this Knight of Cups is about an energetic realignment. It's about moving forward very gracefully and in flow. And with Mars, your ruling planet in Leo right now, and Venus in Aries, that is a beautiful trine of fire flowing energy, which is not about forcing, but really following that flame that lights you up. And that flame comes from your heart. And we have heart energy here. We have cups. So that's what I'm feeling here. The Six of Coins is very favorable. This to me is gifts from the universe type energy. This is something that is wanting to come through for you. Some sort of gift of assistance, aid, synchronicity, divine timing that the universe wants to bring. But you could be rushing or too headstrong or not tuned in emotionally to see it. And so it passes you by. So what I would say, this mindset reset at this new moon in Gemini might be for you to slow down and intuitively tune in and notice things a little more closely, especially how you're feeling. And also paying attention, like I said, to those glimmers and shimmers of the universe sprinkling its fairy dust and making some miracles start to happen. And also this Knight of Cups. What this is also speaking to me is I do feel there is a change on the horizon for you in terms of what you are going to value and feel is important. And there could be something here to change your mind, mindset reset, Gemini New Moon, and make a different choice about what you do want to manifest, and make that choice based more on this emotional sea change you're going through. You know, this emotional catharsis, revolution, repositioning of your energy. So I hope that this makes sense. I mean, this is just a little brief, reading, a little window into the energy right now. We will, of course, do readings for the month of June, so stay tuned for those. Hit that subscribe so that you don't miss those coming out. I will be back to individual sign readings, by the way, now that I'm on the other side of the dental shenanigans, for the most part. So that's something I think that is important to be thinking about. This also ties in with the Saturn going into your sign, which we have its first pass May 24th to September 1st. I will be doing more on that. So again, make sure you subscribe so you really want to know about that, Aries. It's in your sign. So this is a time from May to September 1st of again, this repositioning and restructuring of what emotionally moves you and moving toward what emotionally moves you and lights you up. That is how the universe will make miracles. It's very hard for the universe to make miracles and bring gifts and goodies when you're in resistance or you're trying to convince yourself of a certain course of action. That's not flow. What we have here is flow. I think this Gemini new moon is saying to you, Aries, get out of your head and into the energy of flow. Because when something is truly aligned and flowing, you don't have to think about it twice. Okay? So it's making a decision, maybe not to think about stuff so heavy and deeply, and to take a more lighter attitude and one of emotional exploration and flow and follow that. Taurus, you have a new moon in your second house of values and show me the money. And it's Mercury conjunct this new moon. It's time to get the word out about you. About if you're looking for a job, it's time to get the word out. It is time to network. It is time to communicate, reach out to people. If you have your own business, this is time to set new intentions for marketing yourself. There could also be an important contract or something you may be setting an intention to get a deal done or signed. So you may also be rethinking what's important to you and setting new intentions for your life based on some changes you're going to be making. So let us see, Taurus, what you need to know. We have Gemini, the lovers. Ooh, and some justice. And a Six of Wands, gorgeous. All right, so this Justice card, Libra energy, which is your sixth house of work and well-being. So this is a six, technically for you, sixth house. We have a 6 here and we have a 6 here. Okay, so work and well-being. And the number 6 is associated with Venus, which is your ruling planet as well. So, and Venus rules the second house in astrology. And we're talking about your second house. So this is so interesting. This is all dovetailing, Taurus. So there's a choice you're going to be making. We have choices here, and there's something here about choices for your work and well-being, your values. Do your values. What's important to you? Support your well-being. You may be making changes and adjustments based on things you've outgrown that maybe have been unhealthy for you, that are not, people or places or things or whatever the situation, and moving toward more fair, balanced, and beautiful connections and associations. There could be some sort of moving forward, a triumphant moving forward and leaving something behind in your past, some sort of karmic contract that was wrapped up with this Justice and Lovers. And yes, it could have been with a person that you were married to or legally involved with in some way, like a business partner, something like that. But you're moving on with your head held high. And thus, after we go through a situation like that, where we're moving on from something, pretty deep, since we have 2 major arcanas here, it is an adjustment of our values. Because we may care about different things. If we've been through something, deep, we change, right? So you could be like moving on and moving toward a situation that's better aligned for you and what you represent, what you stand for, what's important in your life. So I think this is fantastic. So this is too about setting an intention where you are loved and valued, the Lovers and the Justice, that people treat you fairly and with kindness. We're not asking for special treatment. You're just asking for things to be equitable and fair, with this here. But of course, a little love would be good with the Lovers here. But this could also be about you choosing to really work on your passion and work with passion in some way for your daily work, 6th house, that will bring money. So those of you, especially in side hustles, entrepreneurs, those types of things, you could be coming up, Mercury, with some new ideas that will get you noticed, 6 of Wands, with your marketing. Or it's time to really choose something like that for yourself, something that you're going to love doing, that doesn't feel like a burden, that feels joyous and fair and harmonious, and will get you noticed by people. So this is great energy. This is a great, beautiful, beautiful new moon for you. And especially too, if you're launching a marketing campaign, you want to start a new business for yourself, this is the new moon to be doing it. Or make some other very important decision about your work or well-being that could lead you to victory. Balance out the facts, make a rational decision. It's Justice card here. But this is a great new moon to get something going for yourself along those lines. Gemini! This is your new moon. Exciting. And your ruling planet conjunct your new moon. Pluto trining your new moon in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life. This could be your new moon where everything changes for you, Gemini, because you're making very important decisions about your future. This is our last new moon in your sign for 12 years with Jupiter in your sign. Jupiter's wrapping up its time in your sign. It will switch into Cancer on June 9th. So this is your new moon to, I would say, make some sort of very important decision about your future and where you see yourself going next for at least the next 6 months until your full moon in December. Okay, let's see. Judgment. Oh, December, Sag energy. Ten of Swords. Okay. We read what comes up here on the channel. Okay. We're just reading everything holistically. So this, of course, is about the dawn of a new day. So, you know, the chapter is ending. The chapter has ended. This is the feeling I'm getting. Judgment and Temperance is suggesting to me that you might still be holding on to the past in some way, in some area of your life. This might not be your whole life, okay? But there is this energy of deciding and also transformation. And we got double angels here. The universe is protecting you. Whoever is on the other side is protecting you and guiding you. I think you're going to see a whole new life by the time we get to December, some area of your life, because this new moon is going to encourage you to make a decision to leave your past behind. Some of you have been reluctant to do that since previous December. Okay, since December of 2024, some of you have been dragging your feet about letting go a major chapter of your life. Ten of Swords. I would say in the last 10 weeks, you have been kind of forced into that position of realizing that you do need to do this. This new moon is your perfect reset energy of getting your face out of the sand in denial and looking at the sun coming up on the horizon and saying, okay, I'm ready for the dawn of my new day. I am ready. I'm going to make this decision. It's happening. Okay. And you're going to feel so much lighter and better when you do that. Temperance is bringing about a beautiful, beautiful change in your life. You're going to feel reborn. I mean, this is like, you know, baptism energy here with his toe in the water. I mean, but it's up to you to take that step forward and dip your toe into new waters, into fresh energy. And that's this decision you're going to make at this new moon. And this is your new moon. This is about putting yourself first. That's the other thing. I mean, the swords here is your energy, right? It's the air energy. So if there's been a lot of personal sacrifice for other people, other things, and maybe there was a betrayal from someone close to you, maybe there was just a lot of shenanigans, you are reaching the end of an energetic cycle. And the next that comes after the 10 is the Ace, which is about the self, number one. It is time to make a decision to take care of number one. Big freaking time. But not just take care of number one, but about making a decision to start a fresh chapter based on what you need. It's not just about day-to-day taking care of number one. It's about the opening of a new chapter of your life and what you need for that to make you happy and feel successful. So, new life. This is beautiful. And by the end of your birthday season, we will be doing individual sign reading videos for June. So stay tuned for those. Make sure you hit that subscribe so you don't miss it. But this is the end of your birthday season also, with this 20 coming up here. So our birthday is a major time of reset. We think about, okay, what did I do last year? Now I'm in this year. What am I going to do next? How am I going to do things different? So y'all are going to make decisions that will bring you into a profound transformation. And it will also be spiritual. And it will also be karmic. Like there is a new karmic chapter beginning for you. But it is going to require your participation in making a decision of saying yes to it. You can choose. It's all about choice. You can choose to stay in this Ten of Swords, but you know that you can't stay there. This is, you're over it. You are definitely over it. So embrace the energies of change. That's one of the beautiful things about Gemini, right? Is that y'all are very flexible. You're very open-minded. You like to try new things. So it's time for you to apply those beautiful qualities to your own life. It's about life choices and changes that are very transformative in nature and that are going to support you in all ways, but also in terms of your spiritual growth. Because Pluto in Aquarius, that's your 9th house. Yes, it's the big picture of your life, but it's also associated with spiritual growth. So, and to me, that means, in a nutshell, there's more to it, of course, but spiritual growth in terms of believing in your life purpose, believing that there is more, that you can go to the next level, that you can go and grow to the next level, and feeling excited and expansive and ready to step into that. It's really about seeing what you're made of and aligning and being in the flow of that energy of purpose that is unique to you. Your spiritual and soul contract that's written in your natal astrology chart, in my opinion, and stepping into that to the next level. It doesn't have to be like up here. You can go just to here, but that will bring out your best qualities. That to me is the spiritual growth. All right, Cancer, let's see what you need to know about this Gemini New Moon mindset, reset, refresh. And this is happening in your 12th house, which is very interesting. And we are getting ready for Jupiter to go into your sign June 9th, where it will stay for a little over a year. So there's whole new beginnings ahead for you. And of course, we are coming into Gemini season, which is the month before your birthday. This is a natural time for you to be wrapping things up, releasing baggage from the past, tying up loose ends. And what I would say to this too is, making some decisions where you're not going to let yourself get tripped up by your past. Okay? Like subconsciously, unconsciously, like having old scripts, old tapes, old things play in your head. And we've all had that happen. To really stop whatever message is, the internal critic or the internal fear factor starts running on you, and just stop them right away, because they're just going to act as a block to the benefits, the goodies, the opportunities that want to come in while Jupiter is transiting your sign. Okay, so this is a time for you to clear up loose ends with this new moon in Gemini. But a lot of those loose ends may be mental. It's like checking things off your to-do list. Things that have been hanging over your head is really the thing. Here we go, the Fool. Look at this. And the Page of Wands. Beautiful. And the Four of Cups, here it is. All right. So there's going to be fresh, new, open, beautiful horizons coming for you. Okay, beautiful, the Fool card. There's a new beginning on its way for you. Here's a little Page of Wands. So cute, little page of fire. That is the busy bee energy. Okay, so it is time to get a start on those things that I was already saying, clear the decks about. And that's literally taking action on the things. So it may be a literal clear out of your space. That's possible. But it would be more a clear out and getting rid of things that are mentally weighing on you in some way, that maybe have negative memories attached to them. Or just remind you of a person that you are no longer, and you don't want the visual memories around anymore. It could be old clothes hanging in your closet, that just, they don't fit you anymore for whatever reason. It reminds you of a time in your past that it's not you anymore. It's like that type of thing. It can be hard to let go of things like that because they were a part of our identity at one point. But especially when we're getting ready for this rite of passage energy into a new beginning, finally letting go of those things and feeling free, it can be challenging. Been there myself and dealt with that. So this is interesting. This Four of Cups. See, I'm telling you, there's stuff coming in. But the thing here with the Four of Cups is that it is about being emotionally open to those things. And right now, emotionally, mentally, whatever, there is some sort of resistance going on. The mere act of doing small little things, Page of Wands, that start maybe a snowball of actions, doing small little things to reset your mental energy is going to lessen that resistance, as I was saying. I mean, it's right here in the cards. Look at the posture of this person versus this person. This is open heart chakra. This is closed heart chakra. So that is the thing here. But this is mental energy. Gemini, it's your 12th house. Okay, so it is about psychic baggage. It's about, the stuff we mentally need to just check in with ourselves and make sure, am I holding on to that? For what reason? That memory, that dream, that desire I had even, that's possible. Like, is that still valid for me? Or am I just carrying it around like a bag of old clothes and I don't need it anymore? Some of you need to take that trip to Goodwill and get rid of the stuff. Because the Page of Wands, you got to get in your car and get there and drop it off. Or whatever charity you donate things to. So this is the thing. You're in a preparation stage. It starts with the mental stuff, this new moon Gemini, and then it will continue with the actual activities. It's all about the lightness of being. What can you do to feel lighter as you're going into your future, rather than closed off and closed down in some way? Because here, look at that beautiful cup that's coming in. I think in your birthday season especially, there may be a beautiful opportunity that comes in. I think this is time sensitive. That Four of Cups is like the next month. This needs to be done. It's mentally preparing, psychically preparing, and energetically in your space preparing. This new moon can help you write that to-do list and get it done. All right, Leos, beautiful new moon in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. Now for you all, or y'all, hopes and wishes and dreams. Mercury, conjunct the new moon. Scripting, writing down your vision for your future. Vision boarding. In whatever way, whether you do it with glue, scissors, and paper, or you do it digitally on your computer, whatever. This is time to put it in concrete form. Use your mental energy to create something that every day it will remind you of what you're manifesting, what you're working toward. Very, very powerful for you. And with Pluto in your 7th house, if you could do it with a friend or partner, that might be helpful too, like especially if they're very supportive. All right, let's see. Mars is in your sign. Good energy. You're ready for a whole new beginning. Like your energy is like fired up. 3 of Wands. That's all about vision. Visioning your future. 6 of Wands. Beautiful. And Capricorn on the double. All right. So we're just reading everything holistically, but we know, here's the Capricorn, the heavy Capricorn energy. I'm going to read this 2 ways. This could be your literal hopes and fears that are blocking you in some way. It could be just your own resistance, a resistant attitude. Oh, vision boards don't work, or scripting doesn't work, or whatever. Yeah, if you expect, it's not a delivery service. If you expect it from Amazon the next day, like, no, that's not how it works. I could tell many, many stories of how both have worked in my life. It freaking works. But if you're going to be resistant to it, no, it won't work. And so it could be something like that. I feel like it's not you, though. that might be like only 10% of you watching this. I feel most of you are very open to this, and you are already doing the visualization, which is good. That's very important. You're seeing yourself move with your head held high, like the proud energy you have. You're like, this is chef's kiss. I manifested this. I'm feeling so good. And it's your energy. It's the wands. It's like, there could be some award that you're working toward, public recognition, or it could just be, I'm feeling good in myself. I lost weight. Look at me in my new outfit. I feel good. Like I knew that I would now. Yeah. Okay. But there could be somebody around you. This may not be you. It could be somebody around you who is very resistant to you making any of your dreams come true. This could be an evil eye person. This could be, somebody you're obligated to be in the presence of because of the chains that are here. Like you can't maybe really get them out of your life. Maybe you sort of got them out of your life like an ex, but then you still have to deal with them because maybe you have kids with that person. And they could like see you like getting your groove back and whatever, and just be very evil eye-y and making snarky comments and things like that. But it could just be, when we make positive changes for ourselves, sometimes there's energy around us that they don't want us to change because they're afraid they're going to lose us. But it also, when we're vibing and we're glowing and we're changing and we're feeling good, it acts as a mirror and shows other people, like the ones I've been describing, that where their own inadequacies are. And that's one of the challenges with Leo energy. And I have my Mars in Leo. So, it's true for Mars and Leo people too. Venus and Leo, Leo moon, Leo rising, Leo suns. Because you are the sun, you are a reflector. And your light shines a spotlight. I mean, you're not sitting there going, yeah, let me shine a spotlight. It's just you're living your life, right? You're doing good stuff. You're in your Six of Wands mode. But your energy shines a spotlight on people who cannot bear the spotlight because of this. They feel their own inadequacies. They feel their own, what's the word I want? Their own judgment, their own meanness. You get what I'm saying? And then they often double down. They double down on their evil eye meanness because they can't bear the light. This is the devil after all. They can't bear the light of truth and joy and beauty shining on it. So this could be your own resistance. It could be a resistance around you that is doubling down on some energy and trying to stop you in some way, an energetic trying to stop you because they don't want you to be better than them. They don't want you to leave their life. They like your light up to a point, but not if it shines too bright and illuminates their own flaws and their own nastiness. Then they start acting nasty. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, type, I know what you're saying, Stella, in the comments. Okay, Leo placements deal with this. Every sign has something they have to deal with in life. Okay, but that's one thing Leo placements seem to get more than other signs. I'm sorry, I stand by that. So be aware and be aware of this, but do not let it stop you. You got the vision. You really can see what you want to do, but it is time to put it in concrete reality. And it's also time to keep it sacred. Do not be sharing it with people. Like if this is somebody you live with, unfortunately, lock your diary away. If you're doing a scripting, lock that vision board away. Do not let them cast an evil eye on it. Like you keep it to yourself. Like don't pin it up on the family refrigerator. If you're living with somebody who's gonna it accidentally fell in the trash disposal. Accidentally. No. Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying, Leo. All right, Virgos. So big new moon happening in your 10th house of career. Hello, conjunct Mercury. There could be some important career changes, new intentions you're setting for your career, your public image, how you want to be recognized in the world, how you want to show up in the bigger world out there, you know, and be a part of society. That's very 10th house as well. So let's see what you need to know of Virgo. But this is a great time for you to say yes and set your mind to some sort of new career change between now and the full moon in Gemini, which happens in December. So we always work with the 6-month window of energies between a new moon and its corresponding full moon. Okay, but this Mercury conjunct this is very, very favorable for you. Conjunct this new moon. Because it's about you making your mind up, but it could be you signing an important contract. You could be making a very important connection in terms of a career opportunity. It may have something to do with your work and well-being. So, because of course Pluto is in your 6th house now, so you could be setting an intention to make an important change that will support your well-being, like your daily life. Like you're tired, maybe you're tired of the daily grind. You'd like, instead of a long commute every day, you want to make this change so that you have more time to spend at home, or so, you know, whatever, some flexibility in your schedule. It can be something like that. But you could also be setting your mind to some sort of new important career goals that could be very transformational. Pluto in that 6th house for you, like deeply transformational. So let's see. But this is about you making up your mind to start something new and seeing how it plays out over the next 6 months. Yeah, making up your mind. 5 of Swords. There's the Sag energy, Temperance. And the Queen of Cups. Okay. So here we have classic Virgo, analysis paralysis, 5 of Swords. I call it daytime anxiety, my 5 of Swords. But we have the beautiful Queen of Cups, which is about flowing into your emotions, right? It's about listening to your intuition. And the Temperance is in the middle, which is our Sag energy. Like I said, take the window of opportunity the next 6 months. So stop overthinking it. Make the decision that you are going to step into the flow of change and the changes you want to make, that you're not going to over-engineer it, over-analyze it, and stress about it. That you will have implicit trust in the universe. I agree, easier said than done sometimes. Okay, but look, water in the cup here, we're getting the Queen of Cups. This is about the transformation that happens when you step into deep emotional trust and faith with your intuition and the universe. Okay, that's the thing. So you could make some enormous, beautiful changes in your career life that will be very much to your emotional liking by setting some new intentions at this new moon in Gemini to worry less and trust more in faith. Not just in yourself, but faith in miracles, faith in divine timing, and faith in the universe. Libras, we have a beautiful new moon in your 9th house of travel. Mercury is conjunct this new moon, which is fantastic. So this could be making a decision to take a travel, take a trip, buy airplane tickets. Gemini rules air travel. This is a long distance journey. This is not just, you know, around the block. This could be a big trip. So that could be going on for you. You could be booking a trip that you will be taking anytime between this new moon and the full moon in Gemini, which is in December, Sagittarius season. But this could also be you making a decision, Mercury, to invest in learning and growth, 9th house for you. So you could be signing up to take a new class. You could be buying some new books that you want to, you know, wow, look at this, that you want to use to invest in personal growth. But it's about new beginnings that expand your life. So look at this, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, but then who invited the devil to the party? Not us. We did not invite him. So This is beautiful. So double energy for you is Capricorn, your 4th house of home, family, roots, your foundation. We have beautiful new beginnings with your energy, Ace of Wands. Beautiful new beginnings with your emotions. You are very much aligned in personal growth, expansion, travel, all the good things of the 9th house. The issue is this, which could be somebody around you who's doing an evil eye situation. It could be somebody around you who wants to keep you held back. They may feel very threatened by you wanting to expand your world. They may feel very threatened by you thinking about yourself and not constantly focused on them. Okay, so if they're used to that, right? Because this is about you. Aces, number 1, you and what you want. And this can be an unhealthy relationship dynamic. So there's something here for you to think about yourself energetically by taking a new action, signing up for something, doing something, going on a trip, investing in yourself emotionally, saying yes to your own emotional needs, and expanding beyond the confines of negative and toxic energy and leaving it in your past. So this could be very much you outgrowing some sort of relationship or situation or friendship at this new moon and really seeing that, how you have all these bright and sparkly plans and things you're going to be doing and intentions you're setting for your personal growth, things you're investing to grow in your life. And like you're hanging out with somebody or you're having coffee with them, let's say, or dinner, you're having a conversation and you're realizing how they don't do that. And this is not to be judgmental or anything like that. This is simply pointing out the difference in perspectives, the difference in energies, and the different paths that you are currently on. So this is an energy that it's just, you don't want to be around that anymore. Do not allow it to keep you tied to the past, your past, or a situation you've outgrown. This is about beautiful growth and expansion. And it may be coming from your 4th house. So this could be a family member or somebody like a family person, somebody really close to you in the inner circle. But sometimes even the people who are in the inner circle, sometimes things just grow apart. This is a situation where it's time for you to really put a line in the sand and think about yourself and not about this person's comfort or discomfort. It's about you. So give yourself permission to leave this behind. And also I would say, because this is to me a little evil eye sometimes, the devil, just don't tell them your business. What they don't know, they can't cast negative energy toward. So I would also say that. But this can also be about you breaking through any lingering fears or bad habits that hold you back from expanding your life in some way. So that's another thing to consider, and setting your mind, Mercury conjunct this new moon, to leaving bad habits in the past so that you can move forward into new horizons. So think about that also. Scorpio, we have a beautiful new moon in your 8th house of transformation. Mercury is there, suggesting it is time for new ideas, new plans of how you're shaping a whole new future for yourself based on whatever it is in your life you most want to transform, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, whatever the case may be. Okay, so let's see what you need to know. Scorpio. We have the Page of Coins and the King of Swords and the 7 of Cups. Wow, this is powerful. Okay, so you are going to use this energy. The King of Swords is showing up here. You have a lot going on in that beautiful Scorpio imagination of yours with the 7 of Cups. You have a lot of dreams, goals, desires, fantasies even, like, you know, a powerful imagination of whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, okay? But you know that it does take discernment, it does take mental focus to start bringing things in the clouds into reality. Page of Pentacles. So you're going to pluck one of these beautiful dreams from the clouds of your imagination and bring it down into reality. And you're going to say, I got to make the plan to get this done. I am choosing this one, and I'm going to invest my energy in it. So that's what I think is here. This is very decisive. You are probably going to do some analysis here, a little bit of a pro and con list. And that's okay in this case, because you already have, like I said, you have these 7 of Cups. You know the different things you want to manifest. It's just a matter of allocating resources of time and energy. You can't do everything at once. And so this pro and con list is more about that. These are all viable. Like, you feel like you know what these 7 are. You're good on that. It's more of, is the timing right for this one now? Are the finances there to pursue that dream now? Or should we do this one now? It's more practical for various reasons. That's what this King of Swords is doing for you. Okay, so I think that's fantastic. And this Page of Pentacles is encouraging you to do some practical research as well. Use that Mercury energy of finding out information, getting into the slipstream of different data sources that are coming to your attention, and do the research to hone in, King of Swords, on that exact next right thing for you to be pursuing. All ideas, all dreams are valid right now. It's a matter of resources, timing, precision, of which one is most important for the next 6 months for you to really laser focus in on. Because profound transformational energy is happening. Sagittarius, new moon happening in your 7th house of other people. And we have Mercury conjunct this new moon. So there could be some very important conversations you're having with someone. There could be an important contract or offer coming to you from someone else. We have Pluto enshrined to the Mercury in Gemini in your 3rd house of contracts and communication. So there could be a lot of energy of negotiations with people in your life. If this is not business, it could be about everyday things, everyday habits and routines with people who are in your life every day, and renegotiating new ways of coexisting. It can be something like that. Could be also something to do with siblings or neighbors in that regard as well. And I'm getting a ping about HOA. Somebody's dealing with an HOA situation. And setting the intention that you will deal with it and you will triumph, because those HOAs can be a real you-know-what. Okay? All right. But this I feel most in the general sense of this sense of communication, negotiation that leads to breakthroughs. That's Pluto in your 3rd house that lead to breakthroughs. So let's see. See what we have here. 2 of Swords. King of Cups. And the 7 of Coins. All right. So what I feel here is we have 2. So it's you and somebody else, right? We have 2 swords. So two points of view, 2 viewpoints. But this is also you maybe not fully sharing your thoughts about a situation. Then we have I might have to pull 2 more cards. Then we have a King of Cups. So somebody is very emotionally invested in an outcome. It could be you, it could be the other person, it could be both of you. We also have the 7 of Coins, which can be like, let's practically assess the situation. And it may have something to do with resources or money. Okay? But emotions are running high. But also somebody's not fully revealing their heart either. And it could be both parties are not revealing their full emotional investment, desire, heart, etc. But how can anything move forward and continue to grow or be beneficial if people don't know who or what they're dealing with? Okay, so let's pull 2 more cards. I feel like this is a cards on the table moment. But who's going to do it first? Is it going to be you or the other person? Right? In any type of negotiation, cards on the table, like, how can we do this win-win? Right? Fool. And the 8 of coins. Look, we go from a 7 of coins to an 8 of coins. All right. So what I feel here is whatever negotiation is going on, whatever is percolating here for you with another person, it's about finding the focus of the benefit of to both parties of a new beginning. And how it will work practically. We're getting the Virgo here, the 8 of coins. How it will work practically for both parties. So to kind of bring the focus back to the nuts and bolts of something rather than this emotional imagination or worry and fears, like that type of thing. Like something's very emotionally charged is what as I said. Okay. So what can quell emotional intensity is facts. 8 of coins, and a focus on facts, a focus on resources, facts, figures, but also win-win benefits, the Fool, of a new beginning, and the freedom. If this thing works, it's going to be great for both of us. It'll open up a whole new chapter. Okay? So that is what I feel is going on for you at this new moon in Gemini, is to set the intention to communicate more openly and do it in a way that doesn't cause emotional distress, but instead focuses on the practicalities of a situation. And that can bring out the new beginning that you're wanting to create with someone close to you in your world. Capricorn, beautiful new moon in Gemini in your 6th house of work and well-being with Mercury. Conjunct the new moon, Pluto in your 2nd house of money, trining the Mercury. Could there be a money deal in the works for you? It is very possible. Make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be coming back with individual sign readings for the month of June. Those got put on hiatus because of my dental shenanigans in April and most of May. So they're coming back. We will, of course, do full money and career readings, but this could be very good for you this new moon. This is also a time for you to set an intention for your financial well-being and making appropriate changes. Pluto in your 2nd house of money, that will create more ease, less stress, more well-being with your finances. Okay, so I think that's very exciting. All right, let's see what you need to know. Capricorn. Hello. And hello. And also hello. We're talking about your 6th house. We have a 6 of cups. Okay, so our new moon, of course, runs until our full moon in the same sign. And our full moon in Gemini happens in Sagittarius season. And we have 6 full months. Here it is, 6 of cups. This is what I feel. This is a great time for you to plant a new money seed and handle your finances differently, better, whatever the case may be. Not that you're bad at handling finances now, but it's about a new beginning with your finances. And something I feel about transformation, because Pluto in the 2nd house. So it could be changing money habits, having better money habits, saving. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. Most Capricorns already do this, though. So it could be something that you're changing about your investments. Not financial advice. You can consult somebody about that. But it could be something like that. But this is also a 6-month plan of you starting something new. You could have a new idea of something you want to create, like a book or a side hustle, new stream of income if you're a business owner, whatever it is. And letting the thing develop, because this is Knight of Coins, which it's not going to be fast, but it will move. Give it the full 6 months. You could see beautiful results coming to you. There's something you're going to be creating, thinking of, changing, where there's gifts from the universe, 6 of Cups, and or people are going to vibe with what you're putting out there. Whatever this new idea is, a new service, a new project. You could be working with somebody new, very close, beautiful relationship in a business sense. This is business, 6th house. If this is about your healing, which it could be because this is also that house, 6th house. Hello, Bobo. This could be you turning over a new leaf, Ace of Coins. This caddy's too much. Ace of Coins, to make slow and steady changes over the next 6 months and have some beautiful results. 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups could be a friend, a new friend. Maybe you start a little time you walk with one another after supper every night. It could be another small group or connection, like a doctor or the right personal trainer or something like that. Some other person who's very kind and generous and giving and healing with their energy. So you're going to be setting a beautiful intention, Capricorn, to do both of those or one of those in your life. And it's gonna sustain itself, really, not just for these 6 months, but over a long term, because we have the Knight of Pentacles here. You're just getting started with something new and beautiful in this 6th house that's going to develop positive things for you over many months, not just the next 6 months. So very nice energies. Aquarius, beautiful new moon in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, pleasure, taking a risk, the house of the entrepreneur. Mercury conjunct this new moon. This is fantastic. Pluto in your sign, bringing out lots of personal growth and changes. So you could be hearing from or negotiating with a new person in your life. He loves to give head bumps. A new person in your life, like romantically, there could be a lot of communications if you're in the dating world. Creatively speaking, you could be coming up with beautiful new ideas. This is also the house of hobbies. You may decide you want to start a new hobby, and it could be something that actually transforms your life in many positive ways that you can't even imagine yet. You just know you're interested in it and want to start. So there could be the paperwork, communications about some sort of short trip, pleasure that you might be doing. Again, that could be very powerfully transformative in some way that you don't see coming quite yet. So this is a beautiful new moon for you. Let's see. High Priestess. This is the thing I keep feeling. There's something at this new moon that you may be starting, and you're starting it for one reason, but intuitively you know there's something greater and bigger with this, but you can't quite pinpoint all the details of it, but you are feeling it. 5 of Swords and a 2 of Coins. Okay, this is what I feel. We got double 2s here, the Priestess and also the 2 of Coins. Gemini is classically about 2 things. And we have your 5th house showing up here, the Gemini. Some of you are stressing, 5 of Swords, overthinking you have to choose and juggle. I think what this is saying is let things play out. See how they play out. I don't think you have enough information yet to make a full intuitive decision. I mean, Everybody's intuition works in a different way. And sometimes we get psychic hits right, like right away. I mean, well, we do. And I would say, when it's truly psychic, when it's truly intuitive, sometimes it's wishful thinking. You have to distinguish between the two. And everybody gets their intuition in a different way. And if you track your intuition and your insights, you kind of know when you're just talking yourself into what you think is intuitive and when it really is legit, your intuition. But I feel like there's something here where you need a little bit more time with something. Intuitively, you may feel like both are good, but there's still something else. And so I think for a time, maybe the next 2 weeks, the next 2 months, it's important for you to not stress and give yourself time to feel into and discover what this new moon is bringing out in you. This new moon's in your 5th house. It's the house also of the things I mentioned, but your heart space. And Gemini is about 2 things you may not have to choose. Maybe it's going to be both hobbies you're going to enjoy instead of just one. Of course, if you're in the dating world, maybe you can date 2 people at once. As long as you tell both people, whatever. If you're just casually like dating, not anything super heavy or committed. So there's something like that. There's something here for you to deepen and explore and not stress about that you're doing that. That's what I am feeling. And not putting too heavy expectations on anything yet, but having this more exploratory sense of the thing. And because, it's a 2 of coins. You may kind of, be in the flow of I do this one day, I see that person one day, we hang out, and then, a couple days later, I go do this thing and I hang out with that person. It's that type of thing. One day I do my art and my painting, a couple days later, I'm in the writing mode. This is a time of creative exploration for you. Whether it's creative in terms of literal creations, whether it's creative in terms of people that you're connecting with, whether it's in terms of little adventures you have out in the world, little trips or travels, like day things that you go and do. Allow yourself to be in that flow of possibility and feel into things. And allow yourself to remember, these are just suggestions. I don't tell people what to do. But consider allowing yourself to just sit with things before you make any quick decisions. 5 of Swords. That's what I'm kind of feeling here with this energy. And Pisces, we have a new moon in your 4th house of home, family, roots, your foundation in life. We have a big Taurus cat with a Pisces moon showing up. He wants a snack. I know he does. This Taurus wants a snack. All right, so Pisces, Mercury at conjunct this new moon. Is there a new lease in your future? Is there a new home contract in your future? Is there a negotiation to buy or sell a home? Buy furniture for the home? Buy things for your apartment? Are you trying to find new roommates and you're negotiating with who might be new roommates for you? Okay. Or maybe you're just using the energy, Mercury, which is all about information, to gather the information you need to find the place where you will be happy. Okay. But this new moon in your 4th house is corresponded with what goes on at the end of the year with the full moon in Gemini in Sagittarius season. So a lot of you, especially with this Mercury, contracts, commitments, decision-making, you're going to be making some important decisions about who you're living, how you're living, where you're living. Okay? And to whatever extent over the next 6 months. But the seed gets planted at this new moon in Gemini. 9 of Swords. Queen of Swords. Look at all this Swords energy. Oh, and a 10 of Swords. I'm not ending on that. And a King of Swords. Wow, this is so interesting. And a 5 of Swords. Let's get one good card. And a 3 of Swords. Oh my goodness. And the Temperance. Okay. Well, we have a story here, don't we? Don't we? We have a cat who's being very obnoxious right now in your reading. All right, look, we have a profound story going on here that ends in a very positive change of rebalancing. So remember, this is a general reading, but you are going through and wrapping up a situation, possibly with another air sign, or at least this is maybe something to do with family of origin, parents, only because I'm getting a matching pair. Even if your parents were not air signs, it doesn't matter. But we have a 9, then we go to a 10. We have the matching pair, so you and someone else. And we have a 5 of Swords, arguments, fights, and then a 3 of Swords, blockages, and sadness. So this could have happened long ago in the past. This could have been happening since Aquarius season of this year. So back in February, you are wrapping up a long chapter of dissatisfaction with your home life. Okay? And the change you want is coming. I do feel somebody else, whether male or female, did stand in your way of making some sort of decision for yourself. Some of you are facing a parting of the ways with either a roommate or a live-in partner, a marriage, whatever. You're facing that. Or it could even be a situation with a parent. Maybe you had a live-in parent situation. You know, sometimes elderly parents, they end up at your house. I mean, it happens, right? You end up being a caretaker. It could also be something like that you were wrapping up a very long chapter of caretaking an elderly person. And it's heartbreaking, you know, especially if they have dementia or something like my dad had, you know, it's like, so it could be something like that, but this cycle is wrapping up for you. I do think Libra season also is going to be a big turning point for you with your living situation, no matter what you're going through. But profound, happy, and very much guided changes behind the scenes by the universe, Temperance, they are happening for you. Okay, so this may be a very specific message for certain Pisces out there, but keep the faith. Whatever this cycle of discontent is, deep discontent, unhappiness, and it's all swords. So it has been very hurtful. Whatever's been going on, it will change. It will come to an end. Now, for some of you, maybe this has already come to an end, and you're in this cycle of coming out the other side and coming into the healing waters of change. So some of you, it's going to be more about, well, where do I go next? Because if you've been through a big thing like this, it can really be discombobulating for a while. You need to get your balance back. So some of you, this new moon is going to help you kind of set the intention to get back to yourself and what do you want after being through this season of heaviness. Okay, others of you need to know that hope is on its way and plan for your future. Set this attention, even though right now this may be the situation. Try the best you can to get your mind, your heart, your energy focused on the change that is coming. Do a vision board, do your scripting, see yourself in the future on the other side of this energy. That is one way, as I say all the time on this channel, to use the energies. Doing something positive like that can go a long way to help your mindset, your heart, your attitude, and also bring your manifestation to fruition. So thank you so much for joining me for your new moon in Gemini astrology and tarot energies forecast. Thank you guys so much. It's been great to get back to the videos. I'm still a little, but I'm doing the best I can. Okay, so thank you for your patience in any moment where I was still reaching for a few words. These types of things really take a lot out of you. So Thank you for sticking with me and your patience. I really do appreciate it. And if you appreciated this video, consider please giving it a thumbs up or sharing with a friend. Any engagement like that really helps my channel and is very, very much appreciated. And as always, I love to read your comments. So let me know what intentions you will be setting at the new moon in Gemini. This is really a gorgeous new moon. So I hope everyone has a great week ahead, a great new moon in Gemini. As I said, I will be back with individual sign readings for the month of June. So stay tuned for those. Hit that subscribe and that little bell and you will get notified when they release. Gonna be an interesting month as always. So you'll get the inside scoop here. All right. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.